big round of applause for the hilarious and funny Tommy McNamara. Everybody, let's make some noise! We overtalked here, everybody. All right. Excited to be here, folks. I'll tell you something about myself. My girlfriend recently told me that trying Rogaine couldn't hurt. I was like, if we're not counting feelings, then yes. You're right. Do you think I wanted this? Do you think I wanted a Peyton Manning forehead and a Papa John's body? I didn't ask for it, folks. I turned 26 this year. I know I don't look a day over second marriage. When I turned 26, my driver's license expired. I couldn't get into a bar. The bouncer was like, do you have any way of proving you're over 21? I was like, yeah, the whole thing. So do you have any physical way you could prove you're over 21? I was like, I could take one of those BuzzFeed quizzes you could only pass if you're a 90s kid. I don't know if that would do the trick for you. I used to look really young. I had braces until I was 18 years old, which is too old to have braces. Like, you shouldn't be able to go to war if you can't bite into an apple. I used to faint all the time when I was younger. Was anyone else here a pussy? I fainted during sex ed. That really happened. The teacher taught us about women's periods and I just couldn't handle it. I was just like, every month? And I fell to the ground like a 19th century Victorian woman. It did wonders for me socially. It was great. Then in high school, we were learning about childbirth, and our teacher was supposed to show us The Miracle of Life, but she forgot the DVD, so she just went onto YouTube and searched lady giving birth. I was like, is this really when we want to roll the dice with YouTube? I don't even know what she picked. I was being carried off in a stretcher. I have no idea what we ended up on. I'll tell you more about myself. I lost 100 pounds last year. It was very exciting. Thank you guys. Thank you. I don't want to lose any more weight though. Like, I want to stay overweight enough that when I'm bad at sports, it's still funny. Like, have you ever seen a guy in really good shape miss a layup? You're just like, what a bitch. You see a guy looks like me miss a layup and you're like, my man! Get that guy a Hawaiian shirt, he's on the team. Love that guy. My friends will be like, well, you must be getting laid a lot more now that you lost all that weight. And let me tell you guys, losing 100 pounds is an amazing way to find out the problem is your personality. Oh my God. It's the best way. I don't like to meet new people now that I lost weight, because I meet someone new and it's like, ugh, you're not even proud of me? It's the worst. We were talking about fat shaming where I work. I think fat shaming is a cool term because it insults the people it's supposed to defend. And this lady I work with goes, I think skinny people have it just as bad. I mean, is there any difference between getting called a twig and getting called a 300-pound monster? I was like, yeah, one of those is way meaner. That's the difference. I've been using this weight loss app where you enter like everything you eat and then you enter any exercise you do. I realized that one of the exercises you can enter is sex, but like the minimum time you can put in is 30 minutes. I didn't know this app was designed by Casanovas. I didn't know who am I working with here. I've been eating a lot of weed edibles lately. Anyone else into that? Oh yeah. The only thing I don't like about weed edibles is that it's all kids' food. It's all gummies and brownies and lollipops. I'm a 26-year-old man. Where can I get a weed Cobb salad? Throw some Molly in the dressing, see what happens. It's a nice afternoon. I'm more of a drinker. I drink all the time, but I always drink just the cheapest beer in the bar. I don't know if anyone else does that. One of my friends was like, I feel like that's what alcoholics do. I was like, yeah, wouldn't they know the best strategy? Like, if I want to know about bowling, I'm not going to ask someone who bowls every once in a while, you know? I'm going to ask an alcoholic. I took like a month off drinking in November because I'm a big Chicago Cubs fan and they won the World Series, and Cubs fans don't know how to celebrate that kind of thing. So I celebrated by blacking out and waking up on the train, which you're not supposed to do. I was out till 4:30. I woke up at 7:30 a.m. on the train, and I realized I didn't have time to go to my apartment and shower and change before I went to work, so I just went to work. Has anyone else here ever had it where your rock bottom is also the first time you've ever been to work early? Anyone else? My boss was like, wow, Tommy, 8:15. I was like, ah. That's how I act when I'm hungover. My parents are both lawyers, which I used to think was really boring until I turned 19 and got a DUI. And then I was like, lawyers are sick. Lawyers are so important. Because my dad actually represented me in my DUI. It's sort of like a take your kid to work day thing. And the court date ended up being on January 7th, which doesn't mean anything to you guys, but in my family we call that Dad's birthday. So my mom put it, at least you're spending time with your father on his big day. I was raised very Catholic. My mom actually told me when I was a little boy, she thought I was going to grow up to be a Catholic priest. It's kind of a weird thing to hear. It's like her saying, Tommy, you could be whatever you set your mind to, but if I had to guess, I'd say celibate. Some of you guys might have thought that joke would be about molestation, but I'm a good Catholic, so I pretend that never happened. All right. Happy to be here, folks. I had to wear the Catholic school uniform my whole life, like the plaid skirt up to here and the shirt tucked on the belly button. I had to wear a uniform until I was like 18. I had to wear dress pants and then like a button down and a sweater. And now I can wear whatever I want. And it's usually dress pants and a button down and a sweater. I realized because I was always wearing a uniform, I didn't own a pair of jeans until I was 19 years old. Same year I lost my virginity. I don't think it's a coincidence. Anytime a friend's having trouble getting laid, I'm like, hey buddy, throw on some Wranglers. See what happens. I think it's real though. The first time I put on a denim jacket, I had a three-way that night, I swear to God. I think if I put on one of those denim caps, I'm going to get pegged. I think it's going to happen. Am I allowed to have fun here? What's going on? I think it's really weird that schoolgirl is a porn category. I think that's so weird. It's just straight pedophile shit. We're like, that's fine. That could be one of the 12. Why don't we let that happen? There's no inverse of that. No woman's ever like, you know what turns me on? Little schoolboys. That's what I... You would arrest that woman immediately. Have you guys been paying attention to porn this season? It has gotten so fucking weird. Porn is all incest at this point. It's 100% incest. Like, if you want to see two people who aren't related having sex, you have to go to the library. That's the only way you can do it. Every video is just like, hot guy bangs his mom, like, smoking young dude bangs out his sister. You know? And those are just the two homemade videos I put on there. So it's crazy. My favorite porn I ever saw, I saw porn when I was in college that was called The Man with Two Dicks. I don't want to spoil it. But the guy that has two dicks. And the crazy thing about this video, you can look this up on YouTube, is when the girl sees for the first time that he has two dicks, this is how she reacts. She goes, like pleasantly surprised. Wouldn't you be fucking horrified if that happened? It's like, yeah, it's not really size that matters. It's more of a numbers game. Too fun and flirty. For New Year's this year, my family, we went to Las Vegas. We saw the magician Chris Angel. Are there any mind freaks in the house? We saw Chris Angel like the best way to see a bad boy magician, which is whole family super drunk. Because at one point, Chris Angel was like, all right, I'm going to take a video of this crowd. And I want everyone to yell out, mind freak. And my little sister Colleen was like blackout drunk. And she just yells out, you're a bad magician. And he definitely heard. It was great. Because like he's a good magician, but a huge douchebag. Like he said this on stage as a brag. I swear to God, Chris Angel goes, I've had more views on YouTube than any other magician. The crowd went nuts. I was like, what are you clapping for? He's an adult. You shouldn't talk like that. And then he just started naming magicians he has more YouTube views than. And one of the ones he named, I swear to God, was Harry Houdini. It's like, alright, bud. I've had more Tinder matches than Frank Sinatra. You don't see me sawing women in half about it. Jesus Christ. I've been Tommy McNamara. Thank you guys so much.